In this video, we're talking about how to build a Claude or ChatGPT skill your team actually uses. A lot of teams install AI tools, create a custom GPT, save a prompt, or build a Claude skill, and then nothing really changes. People try it once, get a generic answer, and go back to doing the work the old way. That is not an AI problem, that is a workflow problem. So today, I'm breaking down how to choose the right use case, write better instructions, add examples, train your team, and make the skill part of real daily work. I'm Erin from Paired. Let's get into it. A Claude skill is a reusable set of instructions, examples, and resources for a specific task. In ChatGPT, a custom GPT uses instructions and files for a repeatable purpose. A ChatGPT project keeps related chats, files, and instructions together for ongoing work. The formats are different, but they can help your team follow the same process more consistently. For simplicity, I will use AI skills as a general term throughout the video. A recruiting team might use one to turn hiring notes into a role scorecard. A client support team might use one to summarize account notes and flag risks. A marketing team might use one to turn a product update into an email, LinkedIn post, or a short video script. A useful AI skill is not just a saved prompt. It is your team's process written clearly enough for the tool to follow. Most AI skills fail because they are too broad. Someone builds a general marketing assistant or sales helper, but nobody knows exactly when to use it. Other skills produce unreliable results that require too much rewriting, and some are simply too difficult to find. A useful skill handles one repeated task, produces a result that is close enough to review and use, and is easy for the team to access when they need it. Start with one repeatable workflow, not the tool. Look for tasks your team completes every week, such as client updates, sales follow-ups, customer feedback reports, meeting notes, or project updates. Then choose one task with a clear starting point and result. Help with marketing is too broad. A stronger task would be turning one customer interview into 5 pain points, 3 content ideas, and 1 email draft. Help with hiring is also too broad. A better task would be turning a hiring manager's notes into required skills, interview questions, and warning signs. A specific task tells the AI what information to use and exactly what it should produce. Every AI skill needs a clear input and output. The input might include completed work, current problems, and the desired tone. The output could be a role scorecard, job post, and interview template. When either side is unclear, the AI has to guess. Define both before your team uses the skill. Instructions matter, but examples usually matter more. If you want the AI to write in your company's voice, show it strong examples. If you want it to summarize candidates, show it what good candidate summary looks like. Examples help the AI understand what good actually means. Brand rules also matter. Tell the skill what to avoid. For example, your team may avoid hype, long paragraphs, or vague claims. Those rules should be written directly into the skill. And this is exactly why companies need better systems when hiring remotely. At Paired, we help businesses find remote talent, but strong remote teams do not just hire people and hope everything works. They build workflows, examples, and documentation so every person knows what good work looks like. AI skills work the same way. If the process is unclear for a person, it will probably be unclear for the AI too. A skill only gets used when people can find it at the right moment. Do not leave it in a private chat or a random document. Put it inside the tools and processes your team already uses. If your team writes client updates from a project management tool, place the link there. If recruiters use a hiring tracker, add it beside the intake form. If the marketing team uses a content calendar, include it in that process. Give the skill a name that describes its exact job. Marketing helper is too broad. Better names include turn customer interviews into content ideas, draft a client update email, or turn a hiring intake into a role scorecard. A clear name and location tell the team when and where to use the skill. Installing a skill is not the same as getting adoption. If you want people to use it, show them the exact moment it fits into their work. Show the old way, maybe the team used messy notes, manual formatting, or inconsistent drafts. Then show the new way. Add the notes, run the skill, review the output, make final edits, and use the result. The team should know when to use the skill, what information to give it, what the output should look like, and what they still need to check. And that last part matters. AI skills should support judgment, not replace it. A person still needs to check accuracy, tone, missing context, and anything sensitive. Your team should also know what information they can and cannot enter into AI tools. Client details, candidate information, financial data, and internal plans should follow your company's privacy rules and approved tool settings. Every AI skill needs an owner. Without an owner, the skill gets stale. The examples stop matching, the instructions fall behind, the team starts ignoring it. The owner does not need to be technical, they just need to understand the task. A hiring skill might be owned by a recruiter, content skill might be owned by the marketing lead, and an SOP skill might be owned by the operations manager. The owner should review how the skill is performing. They should notice common edits, confusing outputs, missing examples, and repeated team complaints. That is how the skill improves over time. A skill is only useful if people actually use it. You do not need a complicated dashboard. A simple monthly check is enough. Look at who used the skill, what task it supported, how much editing the output needed, and where the team got stuck. You can also look for behavior changes. New hires learn the skill during onboarding. Team members mention it in meetings. The skill gets linked into SOPs. People ask for improvements instead of forgetting it exists. Those are good signs. If people keep using their old prompt, the skill may be too hard to find, too broad, or not good enough yet. That feedback is not failure, it tells you what to fix. AI skills can be especially useful for remote teams because they create consistency. When people work across time zones, they cannot always ask someone how a task is usually done. A good skill can carry part of that process. It can show the format, the steps, and the examples, and that helps new hires ramp faster and helps experienced team members avoid repeating the same instructions. This is also where paired comes in. Hiring remote talent is only one part of building a great team. The other part is making sure your team has the right onboarding process, knowledge transfer, and tools so people can do their best work from anywhere. If you are building a remote team and want support with operations, marketing, customer service, or other remote roles, you can book a call with Paired. The link is down below. Building a Claude or ChatGPT skill your team actually uses, start with one repeated task. Choose a real workflow, define the inputs and outputs, add examples, put the skill where the work happens, train the team, assign an owner, then improve it based on real use. The goal is not to install more AI tools. The goal is to make one part of the work faster, clearer, and easier to repeat. And if you are building a remote team and need the right people in the right roles, you can book a free call with Paired. The link is down below. I'm Erin from Paired. If this has helped you, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.